This is R. V. Shekhar, practicing company secretary. Today, we are going to discuss about the CSR provisions in the Companies Act, how this is applicable to companies in India, what is the role played by the major corporates in India to develop corporate social responsibility in India, and all other related things about the CS. Whether CSR provisions of the Companies Act 2013 is applicable to all companies. CSR provisions of the Companies Act 2013 is applicable to every company registered under the Companies Act 2013 and any other previous companies law having a net worth of rupees 500 crore or more during the or a turnover of rupees 1000 crore or more or a net profit of 5 crores or more during any financial year. It is applicable to every Indian company. See, note every Indian company, including holding or subsidiary or a foreign company, which is having a project or branch office in India. Very important to note. The foreign companies which are having project or branch office in India, which fulfills criteria specified in section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. CSR project in India alone will be considered. So these companies, foreign companies, they cannot claim that they have done CSR in other countries. Only the CSR projects what they have spent in India will be considered. Whether CSR expenditure of a company can be claimed as a business expenditure. The amount spent by a company towards CSR cannot be claimed as a business expenditure. The Finance Act 2014 provides that any expenditure incurred by an assessee on the activities relating to corporate social responsibility referred to in section 135 of the Companies Act 2013 shall not be deemed to be an expenditure incurred by the assessee for the purpose of the business profession. Whether average net profit criteria for section 135(5) is net profit before tax or net profit after tax. Computation of net profit for the section 135 is as per section 198 of the Companies Act 2013, which is primarily profit before tax. Note PBT, profit before tax. Which activities would not qualify as CSR? The CSR projects or programs or activities that benefit only the employees of the company, and note only the employees of the company and their families. These cannot be considered as CSR activity. Expenses incurred by the companies for fulfillment of any other act or statute of regulation such as Labor Laws, Land Acquisition Act, Apprentice Act 1961, then this will not be considered as a CSR activity. Contribution of any amount directly or indirectly to any political party. So political party contribution cannot be claimed as a CSR. Activities undertaken by the company in pursuance of its normal course of. So if it is in the normal course of the business, any activity conducted by any company cannot be considered as a CSR activity. The project or programs and activities undertaken outside India. So I already explained the projects that has been carried in India only qualify for CSR activity. Whether provisions of CSR are applicable to Section 8 company if it fulfills the criteria of Section 135(1) of the Act. Section 135 of the Act reads, every company, that is, no specific exemption is given to Section 8 companies with regard to applicability of Section 135, and Section 8 companies are required to follow CSR provisions. CSR amount can be contributed to any trust, societies or Section 8 companies which are established for exclusive for CSR projects, which should have 3 years experience in this line and should be carried on a project mode only. So the project mode only, it's not important. It's most important. The CSR project should have to be carried on project mode only. Whether display of CSR policy on company on its website of the company is mandatory or not. Section 135(4) of the Board of Directors of the company shall after taking into account of the recommendations of CSR committee, approve the CSR policy of the company and disclose the comments of such policy in board's report. So they have to mention in the board's report also, and also should be displayed in the company's website if any. Whether reporting of CSR is mandatory in the board's report. The board's report of a company qualifying under section 135(1) pertaining to financial year commencing on or after the first day of 2014 shall include an annual report on CSR containing particulars specified in annexure. Refer Rule 9 of the CSR Policy Rules 2014. If a company spends in excess of 2% on its average net profit of 3 preceding years on CSR in a particular year, can the excess amount spent be carried forward to the next year and be offset against the required 2% CSR expenditure of the next year? Any excess amount spent that is more than 2% as specified in section 135 cannot be carried forward to the subsequent years and adjusted against that year CSR expenditure. Can the unspent amount from the out of the minimum required CSR expenditure be carried forward to the next year? The board is free to decide whether any unspent amount from out of the minimum required CSR expenditure is to be carried forward to the next year. However, the carry forward amount should be over and above the next year's CSR's allocation equivalent to 2%, at least 2% of the average net profit of the company of the immediately preceding 3 years. How can companies with annual CSR funds take up CSR activities in a project or program mode? Yeah, well-designed CSR project or program can be managed with even small fund. Further, there is a provision in the CSR policy. How can companies with a small CSR fund take up CSR activities in a project or program mode? A well-designed CSR project or program can be managed with even small fund. Further, there is a provision in the CSR policy rules 2014 that such companies can combine their CSR programs with other similar companies by way of pooling their CSR resources. Whether CSR committee is to be formed compulsorily? Yes, every company having net worth of 500 crores or more, or turnover of rupees 1000 crore or more, or a net profit of 5 crores or more during the immediately preceding financial year shall constitute a corporate social responsibility committee, CSR committee of the board, consisting of 3 or more directors, out of which 1 director shall be independent directors. CSR committee is always to be headed by independent director. So here the role of the independent director is very important in CSR policy. So the company has to have a CSR committee. That committee should consist of minimum 3 directors. Out of that, in 1 independent director is a must, and that independent director should always chair the CSR committee. So here the role of the independent director is very exhaustive. So that it's, as an independent director, he has to assess whether the company has earmarked 2% of its net profit, and whether the project has been carried on project mode, whether the CSR activity has been carried on the allowable expend modes, and all these things he has to verify, and then he has to certify that CSR policy has been carried over by the company as per section Companies Act 2013. Treatment of unspent amount. If the unspent amount relates to an ongoing activity which is mentioned in the Schedule 7, it should be transferred to a special account to be opened by the company in that behalf for that financial year, any scheduled bank, to be called the unspent corporate social responsibility account within 30 days of the close of the financial year, and such amount shall be spent by the company within a period of 3 financial years from the date of such transfer, failing which the company shall transfer the same to the fund specified in Schedule 7 within the period of 30 days from the date of the completion of the 3rd financial year. If the unspent amount is not related to the ongoing activity, the amount to be transferred by the company to the fund specified in Schedule 7 within 6 months of the expiry of the financial year. Whether there is any requirement to report in the board's report about CSR spending, there is a requirement to disclose the reasons for not making adequate contribution to a CSR in the board's report. If company does not provide for CSR amount during a financial year, there is a compelling reason for the company to report the same in the board's report. In case Radhe Instrumentation Private Limited and in Penvault Limited, NCLT Mumbai branch accepted the company's plea and compound the default made by the above companies. So they are not reported the same in the board's report, and then this was found out by the ROC, and the case has been filed against these companies, Radhe Instrumentation Private Limited and Penvault Limited, and they compounded the NCLT Mumbai compounded the offences. Independent practitioners report. This is very, very recent report. Yesterday only they are intimated by the ICAC. Whenever the company undertakes the CSR activity through a third party or NGO, it is advised that all such companies should obtain an independent practitioner's report on utilization of such CSR funds from the auditor, CA in practice of the third party NGO to whom the funds are given by the company for implementing CSR activity. Case law. Today I am going to discuss on case law, interesting case law on CSR. This is the Parikh Enterprises Private Limited versus ROC Ahmedabad. Company applied for compounding of offence under section 441 of this Companies Act 2013 for not constituting CSR committee. Note, the eligible company should constitute a CSR committee which should have 3 minimum directors, and one should be an independent director, and that independent director should head the CSR committee and spend its 2% of net profits to CSR activity in the year 2014 and 15. Petitioner, that company admitted that it violated the provisions of section 134(3) of the 3O of this Companies Act 2013 without modified intention to violate the provisions of the Act. The company claimed that it had spent huge amount to a CSR activity in the financial year 2015 and 16. So the company also contributed a corporate social committee with effect from 10/6/2015. Company also submitted that it is being a new provision. That's CSR committee provision is being a new provision. The company was not able to comply with the provisions relating to the CSR activity. NCLT Ahmedabad allowed the petition in favor of the petitioner and levied 1 lakh as a compounding fee and compounded the offences of the company, that is Parikh Enterprises Private Limited. So friends, you have to be very careful as a company secretary or a KMP of a company or an independent director. You may be an independent director of any company. So CSR provision is very important now, and it's a mandatory provision, and you have to take all the care in implementation of the CSR committee or CSR amount to be spent by the company in a legitimate way. So this is very important concept today, and thank you for seeing this video, and I wish you to like the video and share the video, and also I request you to subscribe my channel so that whenever I issue new videos, it will come to you directly. Thanking you very much. R. V. Shekhar, practicing company secretary.